Oh. All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting Sunday night full of, streamlined adventures. We've got one absent tonight, one running late. I'm Dane. I'm the Dungeon Master tonight. Calcine is next to me there, being played by Megan. She's a Fire Ganassi barbarian fighter with an emphasis on pit fighting and hand-to-hand combat, or, fist to cuff, not necessarily even weapons. We also have next to her, Max is playing Rigby, a gnome divination wizard. Next to him is what's that? Next to him is Evan playing Webb Winterthorn, the once ranger who forgot all that and decided to be a bard. He's a halfling, and he's very lucky. And his wife is who's going to be out tonight. She plays Zeus. She's going to have some paladin stuff to take care of, it sounds like. And then next to Evan is Tim playing Magvarus. He's our human life cleric. And his wife is our Ladrin rogue who will be here shortly, and that is Cameron. So we left off last week in Farron's estate. She had propositioned you guys to help her to retrieve not a book, but some texts that would help with her solidification of her noble house. And in order to do that, Webb was like, well, I heard the Prowling Jungle is on fire and I need to go check on my family. Can we do that on the way? So you guys acquired from Farron a circle of teleportation scroll for Rigby to learn from, to try and essentially teleport at least some of the ways, if not all of the ways, to one and or both locations. I went ahead and did a long rest. I assume you guys are staying through the night, either here or at the dagger board. I'll let you guys tell me where. And I do want to mention, too, we do have a St. Jude donation button along the edge of the stream. So feel free to donate to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. It's just got a $500 goal on there. Let's see what we can do. $5 doesn't hurt. It all adds up eventually. And then, two, if you do decide to subscribe, you won't get commercials. And you now will have access to throwing tomatoes and slapping stickers on the live stream, as well as vocalizing your text on the live stream itself. So hit that subscribe button and use your free Prime subscription to join us every week and get all those nice benefits. Anyhow, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Not much. So here we are sitting in Farron's. What are we thinking?
Well, I think we need to decide whether we're going to the jungle together, or maybe we can split up. I obviously got to go to the jungle.
So were we still thinking we would try to teleport most of the way?
Zaya says, well, it sounds like you guys are on a time constraint.
The jungle's literally on fire, so yes.
So I need the day to learn the spell, and then we're going to have to, somebody might need to acquire some information about teleportation circles near where we're trying to go to.
Sure, the Nomenclature Institute would be a good place to research, maybe.
You know some people there, Rigby.
Okay.
He's the one that's got to learn the spell. I know some
Yeah,
people there too.
I was going to say, I'm going to be busy all day, but if...
okay.
Yeah. It takes my
Been there before.
concentration to learn the spell for the next 10 hours.
I'm probably just gonna get prepared. Maybe be at the temple.
She actually lives pretty close, I believe, to the Nomenclature Institute, considering, if I remember correctly, we had her in the upper northwest side of the Empyrean, kind of close to the local catch.
Oh, I'm gonna send a couple of my skeletons out with a shopping list as well.
They can't speak. Are you just gonna hand it to them and?
Yeah, I'll give them plenty of gold and yeah, a written list of the materials I need. Includes rare chalks and inks.
So I mean, are you really gonna trust that to them?
Rare chalks and inks.
So I mean,
are
you really gonna trust that? Like they can't speak, they can't really haggle. They have no way to be like, "Here's 3 gold, buddy." Like, does that make sense? Like, I'm.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Perhaps we have Zayas do that.
But sure.
Zayas
that would be...
go and give you need. Just give her the list, and she'll go by the Shivery area over there because there's a couple places there. She might be able to get some things.
Okay.
So should we just meet over at the Institute then in the morning?
It doesn't matter where we start from because I just need a little open space to draw the circle. But the Institute will have hopefully like a register or a list of, like hopefully there's a circle somewhere in the vicinity of the Prowling Jungle and then another one. I can't remember the name of the dwarven city we're going to.
It's in Korsoth. That's the country.
Yeah.
So are we all just going to meet there? Can we just all help with that research in the morning, or do you need one of us to go?
Like it's an all-day thing, so...
It's already morning, so we have the whole day to do it.
No, you have to tell me where you guys are going to sleep. But yeah, I mean, I give you a long rest. I just need to know if you're staying here or at the dagger board.
Oh, I was going to stay at the manor, I guess.
Okay. I would have left and stayed at the temple.
Okay.
And I also wanted to go to the dagger board in the morning to hire a healer / cleric to take over my duties while I'm gone.
Right.
At the temple.
Right, absolutely. Let's handle that, Tim. So you get to the temple and you see this structure that wasn't there too many days ago. It seemed like it came up pretty quick. There are some local dwarves working on it. They're not from Korsoth, but they are dwarven fellows. They've been working night and day to get this 2-tower temple. It's a temple with 2 towers, but it also has like a main structure to it that they're basically building out of white stone, night and day. And there is a human, maybe in his 40s, who seems to be overseeing it during the daylight hours. He's dressed in expensive vestments of Perego. He has kind of longer graying hair, like Max had before he shaved his off.
Sounds like the kind of guy I want to talk to and ask him about the construction effort.
No, he's open to talking to you. He doesn't recognize you out the gate when you walk up to him, so he doesn't defer to you as Magvarus the legend or Magvarus the church warrior. He doesn't seem to know you for that. But he's like, yeah, we're upgrading these grounds. They've been neglected as of late, but with the resubmergence or readmittance of, or what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? The rekindling of the flame of Perego's light in the city. It made sense to invest some time and effort to get this temple up and running in a proper decorum and way. Revival.
Well, who's the guy I talked to earlier this day? Like he was like an archbishop or something.
Yeah, this is a different guy. He's not the same. They have similar vestments. This guy looks a little more swanky.
So I would obviously ask him, well, what's the purpose of these towers? Is just to improve the worship, or they have some other function?
Everything in Perego's name. Everything's for worship and for Perego's light. The towers will have some places for priests to reside and for different worships to happen, and just privacy for some and storage for others, just depending. I mean, there'll be pretty good sized towers by the time it's done with it, and the main building itself won't be anything to be laughed at.
is there some sort of lore or history that I should know about with like what these temples are, what they do?
I mean, you can roll history if you'd like as a skill.
Insight?
You can roll insight too to see if he's sincere. Historically, Perrego's been a widely spread. He seems sincere, but historically, the Perrego's temples have been in many of the major cities, and this is probably one of the cities where you'd expect to have more presence from Prego, as he's the god of life. And Grenwald is probably one of the more abundantly lively continents or countries, and or both depending. But no, it's just countries. But yeah, so he kind of goes on to just tell you about the plans. You tend to believe him. You know only that they do have other temples in other towns. You haven't really traveled everywhere to see them, but this one looks like it's going to be really well made. It kind of expensive, but really well made. There's still a handful of people or more that kind of come and go to the area looking for guidance.
Sure, cool. Well, if that's it, then I'll just leave them to it and go to the dagger board, try to hire a cleric / healer, whoever I can find that can fulfill my duties while I'm adventuring.
Okay. You're going to post something in the dagger board, or?
Yeah, I guess so. What will be a typical rate? How much should I have to pay for this?
I don't know. I mean, any priest with his salt would do it for the the light of the Life Lord.
You'd think so, but I mean, clearly no one's really stepped up. And
Right.
I've had to burn all my spells to heal people. So
the priest you were talking to, I mean, could be capable of that. I mean, if he is a a religious man in the house of Priego. Spaghetti.
Okay, so I guess I would just ask him, like, are you here to heal people, or are you just overseeing the construction?
I mean, a little bit of both. He said, a little bit of both. I can take care of minor nuances that come up when it comes to the safety and health of the people, but ultimately, the Temple of Perego is here to further the beauty of the city and to make sure that all know of Perego's word and way. The short answer you get from that is like maybe he might help some people, if they have enough coin. Is kind of the feeling you get.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to hire a healer to do it for free. So
okay, you kind of set your own price because it's not something that anyone does. So you can post it for what you want.
I'll say I'll hire for 3 months, 400 gold a week.
Whoa!
Is that too much?
I think it might be a lot. Yeah, that might be a lot.
Well, what's reasonable? A weekly salary for a healer?
50 gold would be more. I mean, adventurers make 50 gold to go on missions sometimes,
Okay. So 50 gold a week?
I mean, that's still a healthy allotment, but yeah, I mean...
That would be a lot, yeah.
That's fine. I have a lot, so...
I'm not going to split hairs over a couple gold, he says.
So we'll say 12 weeks.
You just hired Joel Osteen.
Mike says he'll do it for 400 a week.
A skilled worker is like 1 GP a day, according to the dungeon master.
This is a healer, though.
That's fine, but yeah, a healer is it's a little different.
It's not like he's a skilled worker. He's like literally got to be.
If it was easy to find one, then there would already be someone doing it.
Right. Okay. So
I'd say 50 a week is fair.
Post it in the dagger board.
600 gold. I can take it off my sheet, and we'll just assume it's done.
I mean, you posted it. We'll see if anybody answers the call, but.
By the way, after the pit, everybody got to add 3,000 gold pieces to their sheet because we won.
Well, that would be if you bet 1,000. I think
You bet 1,000.
I think you and I bet 1,000.
No, everybody but Zayas bet 1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, everybody that bet. Rigby is the only one that didn't bet.
He's not much of a gambler. He can't see over the chair or the table to see the ring.
See too much, I think, is the point.
Yeah, I already added those winnings, but I'm not sure that
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I had everybody's stuff written down, and I was in the hospital when we finished that. So.
Well, you put your job up at the dagger board. Stu is more than happy to keep an eye out for you. He said he'll get that position filled if it's possible, probably in the next few days. And he'll take control of finding an adventurer who's willing to stick around and do that. That way you don't have to worry since you're hot to trot essentially.
Yeah, and I'll just deposit like 600 gold at the dagger board. Then I'll just let them sit on that as like they can pay out from that pool when they do get someone.
Perfect. Okay. And so you guys are sitting at her house at one point, and then you went to the dagger board. Sounds like Rigby's heading to the Nomenclature Institute to learn that scroll into his wizard book, his spell book.
We obviously don't see any assassins when we leave.
No, I mean, are you staying the night or did you leave in the morning?
That was the same question asked two separate ways. I'm not staying the night.
If you leave at night, there are people wandering around, faces covered, but there's more than just assassins out and about. There's many commoners and whatnot moving around this district, heading home for the evening as it gets to be dark.
Yeah, but when we walked in, we specifically saw specific people. So I'm checking to see if those people are still there.
They're not standing out as much currently, so you don't see anybody that is obviously checking you out. Feel free to roll perception and get high enough in case there's anybody hiding, but there's nobody obviously apparent to you. It could be a child to you. Yeah.
Cool.
I stand by what I said.
Yeah, I'm not staying the night.
Okay.
Yeah,
I stay at the Jack Tar, I think is where I stay.
Jack Tar Tavern. You don't want the dagger board's free. You don't want to stay there either.
No, I am patronizing the institutions that sell my product.
I like it. Okay.
How's the breakfast at the manor?
It's good. It's really good. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw, though.
Me?
Yeah. I think that's pretty
How'd I
good.
do?
Looks pretty good, right?
Yeah. Something strange happened in the night?
Nope, nothing strange. You feel great waking up in the morning. You haven't slept that well in a long time. The bed was, feathered. The pillow was soft. The, form-fitting to your head. Like, just all the good stuff, Probably better bed than you slept in any of the inns around. Better bed than you slept if you slept at the Dagger Board or the Nomenclature Institute or at a desk where you just worked until you couldn't stand any longer. All those things.
All right. Sounds great. I refresh all my spells in the morning, like Mage Armor and Animate Dead and all that stuff.
Okay, so those ones you're just casting out the gate?
Yeah, I have to cast them every day, basically.
To keep them rolling, yeah. You see me rolling. How many people can you take through the portal?
It lasts for one round, so basically as long as it takes for everyone to take a turn, as long as they're close enough.
So as long as everybody goes through it in a round by your turn's return, they're fine.
Yeah. Yes.
Gotcha.
I cast it, and then it lasts until the end of my next turn, so...
So, yeah, you can basically step through at the end real quick. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm fine with that. Sounds like everybody's going places. I got one staying at the Jack Tall, one staying at the Manor. Webb stayed at the Dagger Board, or did you go to the Nook?
Webb would have stayed at the Nook for sure.
Fisherman's Nook. And then, Tim, you're staying at the Temple. Cameron, where's Josara going to stay?
I'm staying at the Dagger Board.
Dagger Board, okay. Nothing of consequence happens. I give you guys a long rest. Morning comes. Zayas heads off to go and find your special chalks and things on your list with her. How much gold did you give her to spend?
Actually, meant to talk to the party about that. This spell cost me about 50 gold pieces a pop. Does anyone want to contribute? I was thinking I'd get enough for like 8 or 10 shots, just to be safe. I can cover it for now. You guys can pay me back later.
I mean,
cover
I
10 or
got plenty of
20.
money. Figure it out.
Just make sure you notate it somewhere, so we know how many.
Or you
got.
can just, continue being the tanks to my wizard, etc. And we can call it even that way.
The tanks to my wizard.
If it means we can save more people, then Magvarus is completely willing to spend as much money as it takes.
Magvarus, you're such a stiff.
Oh, let's talk more, Magvarus.
Oh, well.
Did I say 50? I meant 100. Awesome. Okay.
So,
And then the next morning now, so we've made it to the next morning. We've got a plan for Zayas. She's off shopping. She loves that. Everyone else, it sounds like Max is going to be studying basically the whole day, right?
Yeah, it takes 10 hours to learn a 5th level spell.
I'll go to the Nomenclature Institute and figure out where all the spells or where the circles are closest to the joint. I also wanted to grab a few more. We used some potions, I think, during the pit fight, so I need to top off and get some extras.
Okay.
But those are my only, actually. And I do want to check on the goblins before we leave. Maybe hire a human to oversee some of the operations.
Okay, so nomenclature first, though. Anybody planning on meeting her there, or do you guys all have your own things going on? Feel free to speak up.
I'm going to go to Nomenclature Institute as well.
I'm gonna go check out my new favorite shop.
Candy shop?
Yeah, it's a bakery.
Oh, you're gonna go get some churros?
Churros.
Yeah, I gotta get some stuff for the road.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, so where was that? Killick Fair?
For what?
No, Killick Fair is the doctor. The bazaar is where you probably have to go, the Hatchway Bazaar.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so you'd head over to the Hatchway Bazaar then. That is probably a good place to buy as any. Let me get this out of here. There's the Nomenclature Institute. The Hatchway Bazaar is pretty close to there, honestly. It's not too crazy far away.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about you there, Mac?
Nomenclature, everybody's trying to figure out the stuff for Rigby, right?
Yeah,
Where
kind
the circles are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can help with that.
Okay. So it sounds like Calcine and Jelsara and Magvarus are going to the Nomenclature Institute. Rigby's going to go there to study, and then Webb is going to grab some churros on the way to the Nomenclature Institute. Is that pretty accurate?
Well, actually, there's a designated bakery in Summerside. If you look to the east of the temples, called the Midshipman's Nuts and Rolls.
Oh, you're talking about going there. You don't want these cheap second-hand churros. You're going to the source.
No, yeah. It's the best bakery in Summerside. Maybe all in Grinweld, really.
Oh God. Well, Rodrigo Chanel always has done a good job running the place, you know. That's the name we've got on there, Rodrigo.
Yeah.
So he's a hell of a churro maker.
Sure is.
That's super good. I appreciate the candidness there with him being so good. Cool. Well, then you're just off doing that. You guys get to the Nomenclature Institute. It's easy enough to get in. Again, this is a giant library type institution. It has it's an old fortress that was converted into a library with multiple towers and wings. as well as tons and tons and tons and tons of books and acolytes and novices and different learned individuals running around. There's classrooms. There's divided off into different rooms along the edges and things. And when you go in, you're not really even greeted. This place is pretty open. Like they expect people to come here to learn, so they don't really stop you at the gate or anything as long as nothing untoward happens. If you look around for somebody, you can find somebody. You do know two people here. I can't remember the lady's name that was kind of like the caretaker essentially, but there's also Gunther, who was the dwarven enchanter who still has the sand from the beach and the remnants of the first stone that you guys had him looking at.
That was my plan, was to visit him.
Okay. Is anybody else going with you, or are they all just looking through, trying to find documents to figure out teleportation circle designs?
I just assumed that he might be able to point us in the direction of those documents, and I know that other lady is helpful too. I just can't remember her name.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I know you do
it's in my
too.
notes.
It's probably in the Discord too.
Actually, it's definitely in Discord.
I'm gonna go try to see if my favorite desk is open. But before I split off from the rest of the party, I'm gonna tell them something like get as many sigil sequences as you can, or as they will let you take. Don't stop at just the ones we absolutely need. Just try to get a long list if you can.
The headmaster is Corliss Ruckle, and Agnes is the lady.
Agnes, that's right. I knew about Corliss. He's kind of not been seen in a few years. Agnes is still around, running around. She looks like she's probably aged close to 10 years. She's already kind of a fierce-looking woman with like her hair pulled back tight into a tight bun with stretches of gray in it, which looked like they may have doubled in the amount of gray in her hair since the last time you've seen her, not but a month or so ago.
She a human?
She's human. And Megan, that's who you would probably end up bumping into to find Gunther, because she kind of runs the front of the house. When she sees you, she bows slightly. She seems less kind of bitchy than she was the first time you met her. And she says, Calcine, the gladiator so many illiterates speak of in the main town. What brings...
Glad I'm big with the illiterates.
Well, what brings one who values, blood and dirt over paper to our doors?
Hey, I dabble a little in the educational arts.
Says in broken common. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid.
I know.
I don't possess the most charisma in the world, but I am not dumb. Looking for a list of teleportation circles near the Prowling Jungle areas, and then also whatever the area is that Agnes is or that Farron is sending us to. Out of character, I don't know.
Korsoth.
Okay, so we just, in general, in Korsoth?
Yeah, I mean, the main city would probably be the way to go.
I think they're usually in like temples or guild halls. I don't really just as close as we can get.
Sure. So that's what I'm looking for. Teleportation circles in or around the Prowling Jungle area and Korsoth.
Sure. Okay. That sounds good. She says, well, I'm sure we have something. Nothing really comes to mind. Not too many people are really even strong enough to cast teleportation circle. That's a pretty hefty spell. Who do you have? Do you have someone in your group of adventurers that can cast that? And she seems like mildly put off, like a little surprised even.
Yeah, it turns out I've got fans in other circles other than just the illiterates. Part of the Black Star crew is, in fact, one of those capable.
Okay, well, it's been very busy here. Lots have been going on. We haven't really talked about it too much outside the walls. try to keep our own business. But let me see if I can get an acolyte to maybe help you search for there. I seem to remember a tome that had numerous different circle arrangements in it. They are kind of hard to decipher. They will take some time to go through to even figure out which one goes where. So a word of warning from what I remember is perhaps be careful on which one you draw out, because it's an old book and not all of them are maybe as intact as they once were.
Like the way this is going for us.
Yeah, that was cryptic AF. That's fine. Whatever.
Anything else that you need while I'm looking for someone to help you?
No, I'm just gonna go visit Gunther.
Oh, his wing's been closed down for about 3 weeks now.
I'm sorry?
She kind of pulls you aside. She says, Can you keep this between us?
If that's necessary, absolutely.
We don't need a lot of rumors. The Institute is always under scrutiny from the town and the council and the mayor and just anybody. Even the Dagger Board at times looks at us and side eyes us, if you will. And rumors just never help anyone when it comes to learning. And I don't want any books banned or anyone getting up in a tizzy over anything. So if you could just keep this on the DL, she's very up to date on common phrases.
Sure.
She reads a lot. Urban Dictionary. But no, so she says, so Gunther, a few days or a week after you met with him, kind of stopped being around. There's no one in his office. Some of his things are gone, and I'm not sure where he went. I mean, he's the lead professor for the enchantment classes, and he hasn't taught a class in more than 3 weeks, and we haven't seen him, and he didn't leave a note. We're not sure what is going on with him and where he is. I hate tenure. I'll just say it. I hate it.
All right. We just closed the wing. We've not done any investigating. We just decided to close it and
we don't have an investigative wing necessarily. I mean, Gunther's a tenured professor, a little bit of a drunk. He's wandered off at times before in excitement over different things he's been, scrupulously studying. So, I mean, are we concerned for him? Yes, but he's a tough old codger. I'm sure he'll come back at some point.
Okay. Well, I would like to go check out the wing and see if there's anything afoot. May come as a surprise to you, but kind of what we do.
Yes, I've heard some of your exploits of the Black Star. Very well, come with me. I'll take you. And she motions to a thin human, probably in his early teens, little boy. She says, "Hey, take these here. Take them and help them find the tomb of Aurelion." She says it to him, and the little boy looks at the rest of you, and he's like, okay, and he kind of motions with his hand, like, come with me to, I guess it would be Webb and Magvarus. Wait, yeah, Webb and Magvarus. Mac, are you at the Institute? I think you said
Sarah should probably come with me. She's not going to be much use with the books and the stuff.
Who, Julsara?
Yeah, I mean, she's not a magic user, so what good is it for
I'm not dumb either. Come on, Calcine.
I'm not saying you're dumb. I'd like for you to help me investigate.
Okay.
Isn't Webb at the bakery?
Oh yeah, Webb, you're at the bakery. That's right.
Is in better shape
Yeah,
than
I'm at the
mine.
bakery.
Okay. Okay, so Webb's there. So Magvarus, the young boy Scott, will show you where the tomb is most likely located, and it is the tomb of Avrelion.
The tomb or the tome? Are we looking? What
Tome.
are we
Sorry, the tome of Avrelion. That's why I keep you around.
Okay.
Words are hard.
Okay.
Awesome. So then that'll be good. Calcine and Julsara head off towards the wing that Gunther was in. Magvarus heads off with Scott to find the book. Rigby is at his favorite desk, which has some leftover books from whoever was there while you were gone. That's kind of annoying. Like, clean up after yourselves. You like get in there and you take books back and start putting stuff away. Do you look at the books, or do you just put them back, or do you just put them on the desk next to you, or what do you do?
I just kind of set them aside. I don't really want to waste a lot of time right now. I mean, I'm probably going to read the titles just out of curiosity, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like reshelve them or anything.
Okay. Most of them seem to be just kind of like the arithmetic of writing arcane signals. So it's some student left a couple of books out on like beginner's arcane trigonometry or whatever. I don't know what they use.
Like really easy shit.
Well, essentially like just like shapes and letters and numbers and like just calligraphy, and like you have to like be able to, when you're scribing a scroll, you can't have blotted ink, and you can't have, like it's got to be perfect. So it's like this is what they have to copy this book perfectly before they're allowed to try to scribe scrolls and waste precious resources. But you set up and you're going to be studying for 10 hours. And then Magvaris, you're looking through shelves, and it's a big, 10-foot shelf, 15-foot long. There's, 6 different shelves on it with easily 200 books to look at in multiple different languages and whatnot. What languages do you speak and write?
That's a good question. Let's see if I have it on my notes. I don't think I have it in here.
It's on their sheet. I'll look again.
It might be on the sheet that I made for...
Yeah, it look like it. You should have 2 languages at least, but you might have 3. So at least human, common, and something else. Not a big deal. That's fine. Stu, do you want Scott to stay and help you anyway?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he was supposed to try and help me find this book, right?
Yeah, well, he's like, this is the section, and he starts to leave, and you like grab him by the arm and say, no. You stay and help me find this book.
Yeah, that's... Of course, yeah. And, yeah. Make sure he understood that. I would probably be able to speak, like... Let me look, actually. Let's see if I had it on my D&D Beyond.
Okay, no big deal. So you and him are searching. You can do an investigations check. Max, do you have to roll anything, like maybe Arcana or whatever, to see if you can do this well? And then Webb, you're at the bakery, and the bakery is packed. You went in the morning, right when the fresh stuff has come out of the oven. The owner of this bakery, probably gets up and gets in there around 2 a.m. and cooks everything up for the 5 to 7 a.m. rush. Oh yeah, Rigby, you're good. Magvarius, you're struggling with all these different texts. Not your forte. You're more of a faith guy. But the bakery is pretty packed. He's selling all kinds of different pastries, some you've never heard of. But there are different flavored churros. He's got just cinnamon and sugar powdered ones. He's got some that have caramel, some that have chocolate, some that have like a whipped topping, some that you can get cherry on the side. All kinds of different kinds of churros with different toppings and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna stock up? You buy just a little?
Oh yeah. We got Hey Rodrigo. Hey, wanted to get some stuff for the road. Gonna be out for a while here, so.
Ah, well, very nice. Good to see you, Webb. Please come in. Have you met my son? And he's a nice round portly fellow, but his son's about like a smaller version of him with hair. So whereas Rodrigo basically looks like a human version of you, like kind of chunky and tall with balding hair, his son has hair still, but is also kind of chunky and is taller than you, obviously. Probably like in his somewhere between 18 and 20 years old, and he's a human. So he says, "Have you met my son?"
Oh no, what's your name, little buddy?
I'm Junior.
Okay, good name. I like it.
Yeah, and Rodrigo's like, "Yes, I was curious. You're quite famous. My son, Junior here, is a big fan of Calcine. He's part of the Calcination, as they say. But he's also a fan of Black Star in general, and he was wondering if perhaps you had a way of maybe apprenticing him or, just showing him the ropes. Obviously, he's not much of an adventurer at this time, and maybe that's not his path, but if there's even anything inside Black Star's organization that you could point him in the right direction of, he needs something to do. He's helped out at the bakery for a long time. He knows the ins and outs of running the place, but it's time that he venture on his own until I pass and he takes over the family business. One day I'll retire.
Sure. Well, what are you good at there, Junior?
Oh golly, Mr. Webb, I've been known to make a mean churro. Dad taught me all the recipes.
That I know. Yes, your dad makes the best churro. That's why I'm here.
But I'm Serve Safe certified. I can clean with the best of them. I know how to run
Safe.
Yeah, well, they had that all the way back in Black Stars.
Everything I'm looking for.
Exactly. I speak a few languages. My dad sent me to the Nomenclature Institute when I was little, thinking I could be a scribe. I didn't do great at it, but I did pick up a smattering of languages. I speak kind of shitty elf, but I can get a little elf out occasionally. It's too slithery for me. My orc is really good. I just kind of like the way it gutturals out of your mouth.
Right.
I just really, like that. And those noises are just fun. Probably the one I was best at was Goblinese, the Eastern dialect, because the Western dialect of Goblinese it's too many ticks and talks, not enough of the zings and zangs.
Need more clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, less clicks and clacks, more zicks and socks.
Less clicks.
Mm-hmm. But and I don't speak any troll, so don't ask me anything in troll. I don't even know if they have a language. To be fair.
Well, it's it's similar to Orcish
or Giant, but I didn't learn much besides that. I can cast 2 spells. I learned how to cast 2 spells. Look at this.
Really?
Yeah, check this out. And he casts light, and a little ball of light shows up in front of him. And then he's like, and check this out. Thaumaturgy just rolls off of his vocal cords as he blasts
Very
out.
good.
People inside the bakery kind of stop and look over at him because he's typically kind of a awkward, gangly, older teen, pre-20s. Barely had his balls dropped. Voice is still kind of flipping and flapping.
Sure. They're human?
He's human for sure, yep.
Okay. Well, that's pretty impressive. I don't think I could do either of those when I was your age.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm definitely thankful that I got to go to the Nomenclature Institute, but not everybody gets that chance.
Makes the best stuff here, so no wonder he, could afford to get you in there, because that's a pretty prestigious school.
Well, you're pretty prestigious yourself, Webb, and I'll tell you.
Thanks.
I'll tell you in confidence that the caramel sauce is from the kitchen at the Nomenclature Institute. They just had a special recipe.
Really?
I was able to. I made quick friends of the staff there.
Oh, well, hey, can you get me a half a dozen of those wrapped up?
Oh, sure. And for our favorite customer, to buy a half a dozen, get a half a dozen free. Please make sure the rest of Black Star tries one on us today. It gives you a nice wrapped set of wax paper wrapped churros set of 6.
Now about our apprenticeship here, I think that's something that we might be able to do, because we come here pretty regularly, so I could pop in, teach you a few things, get some churros, go back and forth. You scratch my back, I'll eat your churros.
Oh, well, I mean, I can do that. Your back's pretty little. Do you think, I hope I'm not stepping out of line, but do you think I could just could I meet Calcine? She's so cool.
Yeah, I could bring her by sometime. I got to show her where I get the goods here.
I just feel like I look up to her. I mean, you're great and all, but you're so short. It's just hard.
Well, you look down to me.
No. I mean, I'll squat so we're eye level at least, Mr.
Sure,
Webb.
I appreciate.
I just don't want. I don't want any hard feelings. I mean, you're a great customer, and from what I understand, quite the chef yourself.
Tell you what, leave one of them churros out, and I'm going to pick it up off the counter. And I'm going to use it to cast prestidigitation and get him real cleaned up. He's got all that flour and sugar on him. I just want him looking his best.
He's like, holy cow, Mr. Webb, you just cleaned me all up. Thanks for that.
All that with a churro.
Baking all morning really does, run its course, gets you all messy.
Yeah, it sure does, buddy. Well, it's nice meeting you. I'm a big fan of your dad's here, so maybe next time I stop by, I'll bring Calcine and we'll pick up some more churros, all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Have you tried the Cinnabon?
The cinnamon churro? I've had that.
No, I got this here sticky bun. It's like round and folded, and it's got glaze on it. It's so good.
Holy cow, that is as big as my head. Did you make that, boy?
Yeah, you should try it. It'll fit real nice inside your belly. Your belly's round like it is.
Well, it's getting bigger, so I've probably got room.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw that in.
All right.
And I don't know how much this costs, but I'll throw him like 5 gold.
Oh man, we could open a new store. No, not really. They take the 5 gold and like put 4.5 gold in the register, or 4.5 gold in his pocket and 5 silver in the register.
Sure.
When I say register, it's like a box.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you head off to the Nomenclature Institute.
Yep.
Those languages definitely help you.
Dane, can I give you inspiration for your performance as Junior?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Very good. Very good.
So I can re-roll the bad guy's attack later.
Yeah.
All right.
I think you earned it.
All right. I feel a consensus here. I'm cool with it. Very cool. And then let's see who we want to do. We want to do Tim. I mean, about an hour goes by you looking at stuff before you find it. Eventually, you guys will find it. It's about a 6-inch wide book. It is bound and there is a lock on it. But you're pretty sure it's it.
Is there a way for me to tell if it's a magical lock?
Do you have detect magic?
That's a good question. It doesn't look like I do.
It doesn't look
Clerics.
magical. It appears to be made of iron, and it's like those like shitty diaries that 12-year-old girls just get from their parents to write in that just have that little bitty key that doesn't really work except for that it's 6 times that size and the key's not with it.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask the kid then if he knows where the key might be for the lock.
Yeah, not too many people come up here and look in this section. That's a hell of a spell. You can cast that? You could cast the, what is it, teleportation circle?
I have a friend that can.
Wow. I'd love to meet him. Is he nice?
Kind of.
I'm just so bored here, and Agnes is kind of a bitch. And I just, like, Gunther was cool because he was always drunk, but no one's seen him in like a month.
Tell you what, kid, if you can track down the key to this book, then I'll let you meet the man who can cast it.
All right. Oh, well, let me see what I can figure out. He takes the book from you. I'll meet you out down front soon. Right, Alamora. What is it? Alamora. Yeah, I can meet you at the front entrance there, and I'll find a way to open it. I love a chance to learn from somebody who actually teach me something useful besides firebolt. Like, yeah, that does some damage if I hit somebody, but I'm not even that coordinated. Do I look like a
Okay,
fighter?
well, you go find that key. I never promised you to teach you anything, but you can meet him.
Step 1, make a dream come true, and he like skips off semi-happily, but it's also kind of like a student stuck in the Nomenclature Institute's dry ass. And then Josara's gone, but Megan, you're here, so we're going to run with it. You guys go, Agnes takes you up to Gunther's room. It's dark and cold. The windows are closed. His once covered in alcohol and different kinds of potion bottles and projects and things are all laid to rest. There's nothing special going on with them at this time. Go ahead and give me just an investigations check and let me know kind of how you're investigating.
I'm going to start with his desk.
Yeah, everything I told you is what you already know.
Again, this is why I wanted somebody to help me.
Yep, Max back.
I actually was going to look and see if I could find the sand and gem specifically.
Okay. Yeah, the sand's in like his center drawer. There's like the side drawers and then there's like the pen drawer that's in the middle in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sand's inside there like in a little brown leather baggie. The gem is not anywhere to be found.
Just saw a roll of 22 on investigations.
The sand was mundane anyway.
The sand was mundane. All right, Jill, sorry, your 22 on investigation, as you guys are looking around and things, you kick a rug over and you come across colorful and kind of like sparkling, different colored sparkled chalk markings on the ground in a circle with like a pentagram and a bunch of different like arcane marks around and inside it.
All right.
Sounds like it resembles something similar to what we're trying to make. I heard
Sounds like
colorful talks.
Pull out my Polaroid camera, take a picture, put it in my pocket for Rigby for later.
It'll come in handy. Make sure you shake it.
Is there a pen and paper around where I can write it? I can copy it though a little bit.
Yeah, there's definitely paper in here.
So you can copy a little bit to take back to Rigby. Hey, this looks important. See if this is the right thing.
Can I just ask Agnet, is she still there?
Yeah, she's right there.
Can I just ask her what that is?
Oh, let me take a look. She's gonna kind of come over. She kind of was hanging back while you were like digging around a bit. She comes over and looks at it. She says, I mean, it's not my specialty, but it appears to be similar to what you guys are looking for. It looks like some kind of teleportation circle for here. I'm not sure where it's going or where he went with this, if he did even take this. But it's definitely been used as the chalk itself is a little darker than normal. You can see that someone cast it and used this circle and covered it up. So I don't know if someone else knows more about this or what.
Interesting.
Well, that's one. We'll at least have a way to get back if I can learn that one to Summerside.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It would have to be a
Josar,
permanent one though for that to work.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't know if that's a permanent one or if
It looked
he
like
just
it's
cast the
used
spell
up.
there.
It looked like it was
Okay.
used and used up, and it also looks like the exit, not the entrance.
So,
Well,
Josara, do you see anything else?
Teleportation circles are destinations, just to be clear.
Well, but when you make one though, it's like when you make a teleportation circle to go somewhere, you can make a teleportation circle to go to a permanent hub. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Permanent teleportation circles are destinations, but when you cast the spell, it's to leave your current destination. Yeah, you're right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's looking around. I mean, depending on what you guys are looking for, there's a lot of stuff in here. Lots of beakers and Bunsen burner type things that are off because he's not got any magic to power him right now. He's not here. He's got multiple. There's piles of scrolls in like those like wooden cutouts. You know how you have like shelves, and then you have like almost like a wine rack where the cutouts where he's got a bunch of scrolls stuffed in there.
See if he left his flask anywhere.
There's plenty of ale. Always was.
Mm-hmm. Looking around.
Dwarven ale too. Not my favorite.
Are you seeing any helpful symbols on the scrolls or anything? Something that might
stand
out to us.
Not your direct specialty. There's more scrolls there's more scrolls than you can quickly count. He's got. I mean, and they're not all just like magic scroll spells. There's different spells that talk about different lessons and different enchantments through time and history. And this guy was a studious 103 or a couple 100-year-old dwarf. Remember, he was not only super sauced, like one of the most sauced people you've seen, he's also one of the oldest dwarves you think you've ever seen.
So, nothing looks like there's anything like there wasn't a struggle or there wasn't nothing looks like out of place other than the fact there's a hidden teleportation circle.
Yep, and as you're kicking around, she's like feathering through scrolls. You're looking at different books. You find the teleportation circle.
Open my magic awareness too.
Okay. Nothing really stands out. There are a few magic items potentially in here that were his that he left behind. Jilsara eventually will come across a pouch with like a pendant in it that has a strange dwarven house carved on it. It's a stone pendant that has an insignia of a dwarven house. You're pretty sure it's a dwarven house just based on the design of it. It's a hammer, a chisel, and a lightning bolt.
Okay. We'll grab that up. And can we ask, what's her name?
Agnes.
The lady, Agnes? She knows what that insignia means?
It looks like a dwarven house. Let me see.
Is that his house?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he didn't really talk too much about where he's from, but if I remember correctly, he moved here from Korsoth about 150 years ago.
We're headed to Korsoth.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't recognize this particular house, but assuming that he did actually move here from Korsoth, which I honestly, I'm only 50. He was here 100 years before I even showed up in life, let alone the institute itself. Though I was raised here, I don't remember him until I was 15 or so and allowed to go around the elders of the Nomenclature Institute.
Huh? Okay, well, do I see anything else? Exploring the floors, looking around, anything, shelves, cubbies?
Not really. I mean, nothing strikes you as something you're interested in necessarily, unless you're just taking stuff for taking's sake. Agnes is standing there. She's not going to let you guys just take stuff.
Oh, what's all the magic stuff that's in the room, though? Is there anything of consequence?
It seems like he's got some enchantments on a lot of different things in there to help with his daily routines and tasks. From as much as like drinking booze to make sure that his liquor never goes down, to being able to see papers in front of him without having to wear glasses, to ventilating smoke, things like this weird shit, like stuff that like most people who don't have a 200-year history of enchanting things wouldn't think of a way to do.
But otherwise, pretty mundane as far as like.
Yeah, mostly day-to-day stuff.
Okay. Well, don't really know what to make of most of this, but the teleportation circle is worth. Do you mind if at some point we bring back, if we bring Rigby back to look at this circle, just to.
Listen, just as long as Blackstar just promises to keep whatever you find under wraps, the Nomenclature Institute just doesn't need any more bad press.
My lips are sealed. Just left an item with him that could potentially have some negative recourse if it's used incorrectly.
Oh, what item?
It was a gem. I don't remember what he had told us about it. He was interested in studying it more, but it was a gem that was associated with a god, right?
Yeah,
right?
That's out of character. Yeah, that's correct.
It's associated with a god, and there should be others in the collection, but yeah, it wasn't a good god. We fought pretty hard to get it and smashed it to stop a summoning. So, yeah, it just seems like it's not here, and we left it with him, so that circle is concerning.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, I've known him my whole life. He's always been a drunk, but he's also always been an academic.
And I'm not attempting to accuse him of anything, other than it could fall into the wrong hands, or I don't know, maybe corrupt. So it would be in everyone's best interest to find out more.
Well, I will definitely keep that in mind, and keep my ear to the ground. And please do bring Master Rigby back to study. He's a bit of a legend around here, as he's consumed more spell data and knowledge in the last month that we've seen him than most of our students are able to consume in a lifetime. So we're in awe of his sheer magical capacity. We hope that one day he can help to topple the Alabaster Tower.
I've barely talked to these people, and they have like all this respect for me.
Well, because you've pulled down more books and like scribed more scrolls in. Like they see you spend 70 hours a week penning to paper, putting shit in your spell book. They're like, this guy's collecting spells. Like this guy knows what he's doing. Like you'll be studying for an hour, and then all of a sudden the scrolls go up in ashes, and like you'll be like, aha! Another spell from my trusty spell book. I am Rigby. I divine that these will come in handy. You know, like. You know, they're just over there in shock as you talk to yourself about how many spells you just accumulated.
You're a mad scientist, apparently.
To them, I mean, this is a slow school. Like they're very smart. They have tons of knowledge, but as far as like speed teaching goes, it's a long course to the power that they seek. Best way to learn is adventuring, I've found. All right, so let's wrap that up. Churro Man shows back, gets to the Nomenclature Institute carrying churros. Looks like they put 3 of those honey buns in here. 2. Magvarus, you have the book. Scott meets you at the front, and he has like a ring of old keys of different shapes and sizes, different metals. Some have gems, some don't. There's literally 20 keys on here, and he's like trying them, and about the 12th or 13th key, you kind of lose count. He manages to click it open.
Perfect.
And he says, there you go, and he takes that key off the ring and hands you the book.
Cool.
With the key in it.
So I guess the question here is, are they gonna let me borrow it, the book itself, or can I purchase it from them?
I mean, Scott's like, I don't think they're really big on people taking books from here, but I mean, you're Black Star. What are they gonna do?
What will they do indeed?
Can you maybe just tell me, like, I can tell them, like, you'll bring it back. Like, you're just going to borrow it. You're going to bring it back. Yeah. Maybe let your wizard take a look at it and copy some things out of it so that you're fully knowledgeable of what you need. And I think it'll be fine. My lips are sealed. I don't want any smoke.
Okay, that works for me. I'll borrow it then.
Not that he's by no means in charge, just so we're fully aware. He is 100% like an apprentice, like anything. Not even really a wizard, just kind of a scholar.
I love that Magvarus has become this broody, aloof, healing character that, like, would do anything to keep the masses from harm, but also doesn't give a fuck.
Magvarus is
the
best character
development. I think I'm chaotic neutral, actually.
It so is.
The weirdest cleric alignment of all time.
Yeah, I'm a life cleric. Mess around and find out, oh, you're a goblin. I see you're dying. Let me fix you. Don't kill that orc. Life is precious. What? They just attacked us. I get that, but we want to kill him quickly. Can't let him bleed out. So very funny. Awesome. So everybody at the Nomenclature Institute wraps up what they're doing. Except for Rigby, who's got a long road ahead of him. So the 4 of you, besides Rigby, are at the threshold to the outside or the threshold to the inside of the Nomenclature Institute. Webb has got churro stuck in his whiskers, cinnamon on his belly, smeared glaze on his pants. Like he's...
Well, the caramel, too.
A little caramel in his on his glasses. Oh, you got the goggles on, don't you?
Yes.
They're like a glaze over them. But yeah, so you guys are good. You met back up there. By the time this all happens, it's close to noon. And Rigby's been studied for 5 hours at this point.
Sick. I've got some errands to run. Like I need to find somebody to help me. I need to find somebody to help supervise these goblins so that we don't have a breakdown again in our production line. So I guess I'm gonna go post a job hiring ad someplace, and get some potions. Does anybody else?
I'll go with you. Well, we gotta get some potions. We're gonna need them.
Okay. I've
already got 50 potions, so I'm gonna go find Rigby.
I didn't buy extras for whatever reason. I just bought enough, so I'm gonna go take care of that. I don't need to role play shopping, but I do need that, and I want to tell people that I'm going to take care of my my business.
Well, Dr. Klein at the Killick Fair is the one that supplied you with the bandolier of healing potions. He probably has a line on him and owes you a favor for bringing his friend, the kobold, back.
Perfect.
I feel like I'm going to find the kobold's name.
I have it. You probably find it quicker, but...
No, because I messed some stuff up. Thomban.
Oh, Toman. It was...
Tomban. Right? No, that's not it.
It was something like that, yes.
Yeah, this guy's...
And when we get
Oh, man.
close to the place, I will cast Enhance Ability on Calcine and give her Eagle's Grace or something, some other bullshit like that, where she has advantage on all of her charisma checks.
I'm gonna need it. I have clout. I do not have charisma.
But now you do.
Ta-da!
So you guys head to the Killick Fair. Dr. Klein is more than happy to supply you with any amount of healing potions you want. A standard 2d4+2 healing potion is typically 50 gold. He will sell them to you for half price. So you can refill all your guys' bandoliers if you want.
Yep.
As well as he does have some other larger potions. He has to sell them at cost to you, though, which is about 10 gold less than they go for on average. He's pleased to see all of you, and he's actually even more excited. Thomane, what was the guy? It was Thomane.
Thomane, I think, is right.
I can't find him in here, but I thought that was it. So Thomane the kobold isn't there, but he's left something for Jilsara.
I can take it to her.
It is basically the size of a shoebox. It is
Sure.
tied with a bow. It is a black box with a like silver ribbon, and it says her name in Ancient Elven across the side.
Perfect. I don't speak Ancient Elven, so I don't read it either. So I don't really know what it says, but I'll take it to her.
Okay. Cool.
Am I not with you anymore? Where did I go?
You just didn't say that you were going with us, so I don't know if you're with us.
You can be. It's fine if you went. Oops, I just punched death in there. Yeah, so it's up to you if you want to go with them or not. But yeah, what I had said was everybody at the Nomenclature Institute finishes up except for Rigby, who's got 5 more hours of learnedness to do. Calcine and Webb were like, we got to go find somebody. We got to go get potions, and we got to go find somebody to help run Barbarian Bacon.
Did he have any other potions other than healing potions?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, he can sell you some more potions. That's no problem. He does have a pretty good supply of potions. It's not his specialty, but he does have. He has a potion of Cloud Giant Strength, which is pretty nice.
How much is that?
Looks like it's 10,000 gold.
Holy cow!
It gives you a strength score of 27 for an hour, so it's kind of worth it.
Well, I don't have 10,000 gold.
27's a nice strength score. Well, I mean, you asked him what he has. He also has a potion of growth for 400 gold. He has a potion of heroism for 700 gold. He has a few potions of poison resistance.
Sign me up.
He'll give them to you for 350 gold, however many you want.
Let's take them all.
Okay, so he's got 4 potions of resistance to poison for 350 each, so that's 1,400
I'll mark
gold.
off 700.
He has 1 potion of speed for
I only have
7,000.
250 left in my pocket.
He has a potion of speed for what?
7,000 gold. And he has a potion of longevity for 5,000 gold.
I don't have that much monies.
Just Web, for how much was the potion of the poison resistance?
For 2 of them, it was 700
$350 a piece.
For 4 total, 700 each.
Yeah, I marked off 700
I'm gonna use my debit card.
Yeah.
Smart.
I mean, you can use Webb's money, and he can pay him back as he passed the dagger board to go meet the baker's son, because he's going to probably mention that soon, I think.
My money's in the bank.
Mine's all tied up in stocks and
crypto.
I'm cash poor.
I'm
right
not
now.
liquid calcine.
Okay. Cool. So, where are you going to put a sign up? Are you going to talk to Webb about this some more? And then, Cam, did you go with them?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the owner of the Killick Fair, well, not the Killick Fair itself, but the store that they go to, Dr. Klein, has a box for you from Thomain, the kobold inventor, who you guys rescued at one point from the basically an island, a sinking island, and an old temple. Something I don't even know if you were here for it, but he heard that you're in the group and he found something that he thought you could use. It's in a black shoebox with a silver ribbon, and on the side of it in ancient Elven is your name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did you? Neat. So I open the box.
Inside is a handle grip of a black. Looks like a folded, multi-string folded bow.
Okay.
You gonna reach in and grab it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, when
zap and turn to blackness.
It's pretty dope. When it comes out, it unfolds just like you can imagine a little Marvel action for our boy Clint Barton when he pops his bow out. And it is a compound bow, which allows you to shoot an extra arrow per round.
Damn.
It is not magical. It is engineering. So it is not like you have a +1 bow, or you have 2 shots per round.
That sounds like shitty engineering.
He can take it back.
I can't do 2+1.
Don't forget that as a rogue, you can only sneak attack once per turn.
But
Just
you
keep
can
that in mind.
getting that extra shot in is super nice.
It's great in case you ever miss, because then you get another chance at it.
If I'm having a bunch of unlucky rolls.
You have so many rolls. You roll like 50 dice to see if you hit.
I know.
What is it, like 3 or 4 dice, Tim, we found out? Like,
So I go, that's neat. I'll keep it. And I throw it in my sack, my Jolsara sack of wonder or whatever it's called. I've got a...
You could probably, if nothing else,
Alana.
you could probably get a lot of gold for it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pawn it.
it's masterwork.
throw
It
the
could
bag
be
for now.
enchanted. You just need somebody to enchant it to make it magical.
Oh,
I
there
could
you go.
enchant it to do the +1.
Yeah, so
Oh,
any item that's made of
Oh.
masterwork quality can be enchanted by the right person. So
Okay. I have a feeling Rigby can probably hook that up. So I'm just going to throw it in my bag of Alana.
it's a good feeling. It's wrong, but it's a good feeling.
Hey.
Rigby's permanence and enchantment is not his specialty.
He's read a lot of leather-bound books. His
Yeah.
house
cast-
smells of rich mahogany. I'm
I
guessing.
could cast magic weapon on it, and it would be magical for like an hour.
Yeah,
Hey, that
That's-
sounds pretty good.
basically what you need. That's good, right? That's an hour worth of whatever you need. Cool. I feel like you guys tell me what's up, because there's a couple of things kind of floating around. So
Yeah, Calcine, did we find someone to help you with the bacon store?
Oh no, I need to go. What do you think?
Well, here's my thought. I met this kid a little earlier, and I think he'd be the right kid for the job.
Go on.
He's not really a kid. He's an adult, but he's a young man. He's a big fan of us. That's for sure. I showed him. He actually knows a little magic too. He's got a couple cantrips he used on me earlier. It's pretty cool. And he makes a hell of a churro, so I already know he's a good cook. So we can get him on the bacon train. He can add some of his delicious sweetness to it.
For sure. I would love to meet him.
All right, let's go.
Bet. Let's go.
All right, they're walking there. Anybody else want to say anything? 'Cause I can easily just jump to them, but like I don't want to leave anybody hanging. So, Tim, Cam, anything you want to pick up on? Cam, I assume you're tagging along, or Magvarus, what is he doing?
I can't remember where was Rigby. Was he staying at the Basin?
He's at the
I'm at-
nomenclature.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
at
he's
my
at the
favorite
nomenclature
desk.
too? Okay. Well, then I would know he would be there. I would just be healing people, waiting for him to finish.
You gonna take the book to him
Right.
with the key?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to bother him while he's trying to learn a spell, so I'll certainly take it to him once the time's up. But
Okay, it's 5 hours from now.
yeah, so I'll heal people until then. Just my regular ritual healing,
Oh, you're gonna go to the temple and heal some people for a bit.
or just wander around the streets and heal anybody that needs it.
You come across as you're leaving the Nomenclature Institute a aged old human man in tattered rags, sitting. He looks like he's mostly blind. His brow is furrowed over, glazed over white eyes. His hair is kind of stringy, though it looks like it once was full. It's just kind of greased down at this point. He's got a kind of gnarled half stick for walking, kind of like a cane more than a staff. But he's sitting along the side. He's got a maybe 30-pound black and gray dog that's sitting with him, and he's got a little like bowl in front of him with 3 copper and a silver in it. He kind of rattles it as he doesn't look at you necessarily, but he's petting his dog with one hand and his cane's across his knees, and he's sitting crisscross applesauce, rattling his little cup or his bowl.
Can I do like a medicine check or something to see if he has any ailments?
He looks like he's going blind. Can you remove blindness?
I don't think I can do anything about blindness.
Do you have greater restoration?
I do have greater restoration.
That or maybe even lesser restoration will do it potentially. Let me.
Yeah, lesser actually might be it. Let's see.
Damn it! I have too many keywords.
Yeah, blinded. It does cure blindness. But yeah, I cure lesser restoration on him.
Which one is it? Lesser.
Yeah, lesser.
So do you ask it like you're just gonna walk over there and like slap him with a spell, or what's your plan here?
No, I'm just gonna slap him as well. Clearly, he was blind. Like, go with the grace of Perigo, old man.
As you cast a spell on him, his like white dudded the film kind of rolls back off of him, and his crystal clear blue eyes shine out from beneath his old wrinkly brow. And he looks at you, and he blinks a bunch at the daylight because it's noon. He's kind of bright out. He blinks, and he says, "Waggles!" He looks at his dog and says, "Waggles! I didn't know you were black and gray. What sight is this? Good sir, did you take my vision and give it back to me?"
I merely cured your blindness. I never took your vision or gave it back.
But I can see. If you gave it to me, did you not have it in the first place? What is happening? I see better now than 20 years ago.
I'm glad to hear it.
This is Waggles. He's my boy. He's kept me safe as I've sat in this corner. I don't have much to offer, but please take my meager earnings. And he thrusts the bowl towards you. It's got 3 copper and 2 silver in it.
No, I'm just going to turn around and walk away. I have no need for that money. You can keep it.
Oh, thank you. Blessings upon you, my lord. As you walk away, the man waddles off using his cane, but Waggles follows you.
Great.
Always picking up strays. Good old Waggles. Anyway, so that sounds good. So yeah, that's the main one you're able to find to heal that they do much real stuff too. There's a couple people you are able to patch up or whatever. I don't know if are you donating any cash to anybody, or are you just kind of wandering hoping to heal?
I mean, it's the kind of thing I would throw someone some coppers, but I really am more interested in healing people that need it. So, like, yeah, I don't really care that much about giving money to beggars.
Okay.
But if someone's hurting and I can help, then I do.
Okay. Sounds good. Waggles pees on a brick wall right by where you are, and then comes like sauntering back up to you, like waggling his butt, getting real serious, head moving back and forth, ears flopping, panting, looking at you. He looks real thirsty, but he's super happy that you waited for him to finish peeing while you're healing this other random individual with just normal bandages. Super pleased that his new master is so nice. He looks pretty thin.
Okay. Is there a pound in the city? Like
A pound? No, maybe. Let's see. I'm
He does not want this
like,
dog.
let me roll
I have
for.
zero interest in this dog.
Let me roll for dog catchers.
Let me call the authorities.
Mhm. Not that you know of. You've not come across any dog catchers. There's
No,
more-
dogs are great. You can send them down hallways before you go to see if there's any traps.
That's why you get
Okay,
the
that's fine.
chickens.
Canary in a coal mine type
I'll just
situation.
yeah, that sounds kind of cruel, but whatever.
You just heal him afterwards.
Poor Waggles. You
That's
guys
true,
are
and I can't
rude.
raise him back from the dead if he dies. That's awesome. Good. Yeah, good.
Bone dog. I can't believe you don't like Waggles.
I'm actually going to see some use out of Waggles then. That's actually better than I thought.
Well, he's pretty good. He reminds you of like a kind of small border collie, as far as like furriness and just overall presentation. Cool. So that's you. You're wandering around. The rest of you head back. 5 hours are going to go by, and in that 5 hours, Calcine and Webb go and talk to Scott. Scott didn't expect to see you so soon. As soon as Calcine walks in, he like all but pees his pants with excitement. Holy moly, Calcine! Is it weird if I see your bicep?
What?
I watched you punch a guy's face off.
Yeah, it's
and
a little weird.
I know. I'm sorry. I know. I watched you punch a guy's face off, and I just never seen so much power in one place.
I hear that a lot.
Can I give it a squeeze?
I told you I'd deliver Calcine, didn't I?
Yeah, churros for a week.
Well, apparently she's a big fan of yours, too.
Oh,
Yeah, I was telling her about all these delicious treats you and your dad been whipping up and that caramel sauce.
that's a
And
good.
I think
that's a-
she's got a little proposition for you.
The trick is to not heat it up too fast.
Interesting. Hey, I hear that you are looking for a new, potentially a new job, some sort of apprenticeship, and I could really use some help. I don't know if you're familiar, but I have a jerky line that I'm currently working on and distributing in the city, but we're running into some issues because currently it's manned by goblins.
I speak Goblinese.
You do?
I do. I could maybe.
Really?
I have a lot. I grew up in a restaurant. I have a lot of experience in the restaurants. Calcine, if you bring me on as your apprentice for your jerky venture, I promise I will give it my all. I think I could be a valuable asset to Black Star as their food connoisseur to the jerky line.
Well, I tell you what I'm really looking for right now, these goblins can make jerky, but they cannot keep the place clean. You know?
I was raised with
what-
elbow grease. I know what you mean.
So what I'm looking for is someone to keep the facilities in line and aid in the distribution. I'd like to make this a brand that people trust once again, and I really think that you can help us do that.
Oh, are you that new shop, the Borla's Bacon?
No, a barbarian bacon.
Oh, the older one. Okay. Have you seen the Borla's one that popped up over on the West End?
No, this is much better product.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, there's been a
It
lot
comes
of
with my name on it.
there's been a lot of marketing going around for Borla's Bacon. Say it's the best bacon in all of Grenwell.
There's no way there's a lot of marketing going around. He's a drunk.
Oh. Well, I never touched the sauce unless I add it to a recipe.
Love that about you.
But yeah,
So what do you say?
I would be honored to meet these goblins. Are they nice? I heard bad things in general about goblins. So
Oh, they're great.
Very
Marvin,
nice,
we
very
love you.
okay. Yeah.
And they listen pretty well, too.
Oh, really? Well, that sounds super fresh. I'm excited. Let me get my bag. I'll be there. I'm gonna be there night and day. You can count on me, Calcination.
What do you make working here with your dad? Do you make any money here?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I do help the family, but I mean, Dad kind of manages all the finances because it's his shop. So I kind of just help to help. But if I work for you, I mean, you know what? It's an apprenticeship. What are you offering? Bye, Cam.
Well, I mean, as an apprentice, I would just say to start out maybe 10 gold a week.
He does pee his pants. This time, and his dad like yells, "Get out of here with that piss in my store, boy!" and like starts mopping it up. And like he drags you by the cuff out. I said, "Come on! Look, I can't be in here." You said how much now?
10 gold a week.
He tries to hold back his unbridled excitement, and he doesn't do a good job because it's unbridled excitement. He says, "Yeah, I'm yes, I am your apprentice for sure. I'm gonna yes."
Perfect. I'm gonna pay him 40 up front and just get the first month taken care of.
You hand him a bag of 40 gold, and he falls backward onto like a stool and
I
like
catch him.
out of breath, like because 40 gold for him is like 6 months worth of his dad's shop, maybe. You know, like
Perfect.
Like Webb gave him like 5 gold earlier. That's like all the churros for 6 months. They're like a silver a piece tops. Like that's like the best with the fruit toppings and, you know, like a side of ice cream and a coffee. You know, like bean water. You can have it all. But he is absolutely fucking thrilled. He's like, yeah, he's got a proverbial stick with a sack on it. He's got a chef hat and like an apron he's bringing with him. He's got some tools of the trade and a bag of flour, and he's like, let's do this.
I love that.
Hey, before I go, I've been eyeing them donut holes. I keep getting the churros, but give me a bag of donut holes before I go, okay?
I don't work here anymore. My dad can help you inside. I'm strictly Calcine at this point. She's my nation.
Hey, one for the road, bud.
Hey, absolutely. You know, maybe. Yeah, my dad likes you good. I mean, I'm sure you can have one. You paid for the store. His dad.
All right, I'll take it back.
His dad comes out to see him off, leaving his wife to work the edges. You know, and he comes out and he says, "So, did we strike a deal? Are you gonna apprentice over there at the Barbarian Bacon stand?" And the boy's like, "Yeah, absolutely. They're gonna pay me real good too." And Dad's like, "Oh, okay. I've been thinking about, you know, retiring here pretty soon, but I could be convinced to sell. Are you looking to acquire more locations? I could stay on as a consultant for a year or two." And
hell yes.
I don't know if
that sounds like a good
Webb
idea.
can definitely, you know.
Oh, great stuff here.
Yeah,
Rodrigo's the best.
Hell yes, I am looking to expand my empire.
Well, that's good because I got 6 sons, so you know, and a daughter, and so we stay busy.
Tell you
on
what,
the bakery. I get up early, so you know I have plenty of time with the missus at night. And we've took pure advantage of it, and ultimately, you know, I've got plenty of sons to go around. And Scott just happens to be the oldest. He's happy to go off first, but here in the next 2 or 3 years, the rest of them will come of age. Twins will do that to you. So, you know, we can slowly or as fast as you want get this moving.
Let's once we get back from the current errands that we're about to run, let's discuss this. I am very interested, and I'm sure Webb is also very interested.
Yeah,
really
while we're gone,
weekend.
why don't you come up with a price that you might want for your buyout, and then a consulting fee. Obviously, we'll want to keep you on for a little while. So.
Okay, all right. He yells back, "Petey, Milan, come out!" And another pair that look identical to him come out. That they're just miniature versions, probably about 9 or 10 years old. They come out covered in all kinds of bakery stuff. Both of them got like glistening pastries on each corner of their mouth. They come out, look at him. "What you want, Paul?" You know, they say simultaneously. He says, "Go with your brother and make sure that he gets set up at this new place, working for Lady Calcine here." And they say, "All right, Paul," and they join the ranks as well. So that's Scott as the eldest, Petey, and Malay. 3 boys of the baker go off, and you guys head off to the bacon stack shop. You get there, and the place is a fucking mess, as per you expected.
We literally just cleaned this 2 days ago, guys.
Says a little, like kind of the biggest of the goblins with a giant chef hat on, covered in like bacon burn, like grease burns and stuff. Has a giant like cleaver. He starts yelling at you, like kind of like vehemently, not like angrily, but just kind of like frustrated and pointing at the rest of them. Do you speak
I'm gonna look
Goblin?
over at Junior and be like, "What was that?"
He said they did it multiple times, and I'm pretty sure these guys are from the east. I'm pretty good at this. I'm be good. He says, Ericana, pot, tiga, sebede boogie. And then the goblins all kind of stop and look at him like, the fuck? Like they're confused for a second. And then Marvin steps up, says, Ericana sera kaput. And the kid says, Eric bas nadahu, farata. And Marvin says, Araturi! He like lifts his arm, he reminds you of Ewoks. He's like shakes his like little roly pan around. He's got a pan. Shakes it. He said he smiles, and they grab the three boys and start pulling them into the place and showing up, pointing at stuff and speaking in fast goblinese, just going nuts and hammering and clamoring. There's like 10 goblins in here, and like you'll see like 3, and then 5 more will pop out of a different area and start yelling something, and then 2 of them start scuffling in another corner, like they start beating each other up. One of them gets killed and just lays there in his own blood. They kick him off, towards the pig maker, the bacon maker. And the boy stops and says, no. And you think he said something about don't waste meat, but you're not sure. And the kid looks...
All healing word that one back to life.
Well, he was dying. He was close to death. Luckily, though, he's back at him. I have all the goblins' names here if you guys are curious.
We can't use.
I have a lot of them somewhere.
The labor force.
What's that? What's that?
So I have a lot of them somewhere. All right. So I'm gonna pull him and Marvin aside and make sure that everybody's good.
Hi, Calcine. Everything seems fine. 2 of our hunters should be back later. They have some more boars for more bacon. We thought about expanding.
Is Marvin a cholo now?
Huh?
Like, what just happened?
What happened?
I said, is Marvin a cholo now?
Well, I mean, now that they're working for what's his name, they're
that's his common.
Yeah, he's running off. His common's not ever really been real good, you know. But Rodrigo, you know, they found out that they're working for Rodrigo's son, and they're building the suit. But yeah, anyway, he's, you know, Calcine, you know, I've done everything I can. The chef's kind of a dick, but he's the only one that really knows how to cook with the spices like Borla used to. So we had to keep him on, and you know, we'll listen to this human boy as long as he doesn't cross his lines. His accent's really cute. It's really good. We like it. I wonder what he tastes like. Nah.
All right, so Marvin, this kid right here is the real deal. So he is me when I'm not here, and treat him as such, okay? He's just really here to like make sure that you guys can keep everything clean, because you know goblins and humans have different standards, so we just want to make sure it's up to human standards. All right?
All right.
Because as long as it stays up to human standards, we keep selling and you keep a job, right? And then maybe we can bring in more of your family and we can keep taking care of you and your clan.
Hey, no eating him.
Yeah, no eating him.
Yeah, we'll feed him.
Or his brothers.
We'll feed him.
Okay, so help me help you.
Help us. Yep, I got it.
Perfect. And then I will also pay them for the month.
Oh man, you're just throwing money around.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I don't think I've
I'm
paid them yet.
Yeah, they haven't been paid.
Well, I'm going to give him a churro, too, so.
Oh, he eats that shit fast. There's no bites to it. It's one bite and swallow.
What'd you think of that, huh?
Couldn't even taste it, but I bet it was good.
It was real good.
His
Scott
eyes
made
wide
it.
extra wide. He's got a sugar buzz from the one. They just eat raw meat all the time. When finally he gets sugar in his life, it's different for him. You guys are a mess.
They're making half of what the kid is making, and there's 9 of them.
Okay.
I'll take care of it. Good math.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So
All
time.
right, we're heading back to nomenclature now.
Yep, you guys will get there just as the 5-hour mark, kind of between all the walking, the talking, the getting his supplies, getting him dropped off to the Bacon Nation stand. You guys get back right up close to the end of his 5 hours, as well as Magvaris has been wanting the city, works his way back at the same time. Is Mac coming back or is she gone?
No, she's not feeling well.
Okay, that's fine. She's going to disappear in the shadows. Go try her new bow out. We're getting close to the end anyway. So you guys all meet back up. Now what?
Well, I'm going to show Rigby the book, assuming he's done with learning that spell. Make sure that that's useful to him.
Max, the book looks to be pretty old. It does include maybe 40 different pictures or diagrams of different teleportation circles from 100 years ago.
So no guarantee that these are all still like safe or.
A couple of the names you don't even recognize as current locations on any of the maps.
Can I take the book with me, or is anybody gonna get?
Magvaris has kind of already said he's gonna make sure to just bring it with.
Okay. Can I just put it in my inventory for now, and I'll look through it. First of all, can I just flip through and see if there's one that seems like it is near the Prowling Forest or
Prowling Jungle. Yeah.
Can we do like a history check or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay.
I'll just aid Rigby.
Okay.
What does that get me?
Advantage.
Oh. Thanks.
We'll take that, right? Oh, so close. Eventually, after about 10 minutes of looking through there, you're pretty sure you found one that actually goes like. You're pretty sure the words that you're trying to read is like Druid Circle, or something along those lines. It's in a weird language, but you're based on just your knowledge of other languages and just having studied a lot. You're pretty sure that it's the Circle of the Druids. But it is the Prowling Jungle. I mean, you're pretty sure the location's Prowling Jungle, but it's like the Circle of Druid section of the Prowling Jungle or something. You're not sure. But never heard of it. That's just what it is.
Okay.
So before we take off anywhere, do you want to bring that circle to his attention in
upstairs?
Gunter's office?
Okay.
Okay. Can I go there and look at it? Do we have time for that?
Sure.
Okay.
Arcana?
Can I Arcana check?
He literally stumbles into it and scuffs.
Why don't you try that? Try that again.
Oh, no, he doesn't. He does not stumble into it. Webb catches his belt as he
because of the
forward.
halfling luck. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
As he trips forward, to
the
scuff
greatest
the words.
feat ever.
Not bad.
Yeah,
22 is a lot better. This is definitely a teleportation circle. It appears to go somewhere, maybe even as much as at sea. You're not sure. Some of the symbols appear to represent ocean or sea or island.
Oh, come on, man. Where did he fish this thing out of? Did he go back looking for the rest of the pieces?
What's the name of that island where we think he might have gone?
It's not there anymore.
Oh.
The island doesn't exist anymore, but if he went back to the ocean, then he's probably looking for the rest of the pieces of that gem, and that may or may not be a good thing.
Okay, can I draw a copy of this and count it as one of my known circles, even though we don't know exactly where it goes?
I think that's reasonable with a successful knowledge arcana check to scribe it.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That first one was to recognize. This is to actually... he was giving you advantage? No, that was history. That was history. You have arcana too, don't you, though?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, he'll give you advantage. You can roll another one.
Sure.
literally the same.
That's hilarious. All right, I mean, you're pretty confident you got it. Pretty confident.
Okay. And then, did the scroll was supposed to include at least 2? What locations were included when I copied the scroll?
So one is for Summerside, where you got it.
Okay, good.
And then the other one... was for Yendel.
Yendel?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we know where in Yendel?
Not off the reading of the scroll. That's not how they work. It's more you get an idea that it is in Yendel. You're not sure exactly where in Yendel, but in Yendel, which is the High Elven kingdom.
Okay.
Which, if you remember correctly, if you remember anything at all about it, Yendel's heir to the throne is being crowned king here in the next bit.
Okay.
Sooner than later.
Oh, we don't have any way to get to Korsoth yet, but I can take the book with me and continue to study it and just hope for the best, right?
Right. You can get to the Druid circle in the Prowling Jungle, though.
Yeah.
So you can definitely hope to find Korsoth on the way, or at some point soon.
All right.
Is that where we're at then? Are we ready to go to the Prowling Jungle?
I need to spend one more night because I have to prepare new spells.
Okay, so first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Where is everybody staying?
Jack Targan.
Okay.
Is there an open room at the Institute?
I mean, if you'd like to stay at the Nomenclature Institute, they will allow you to. As I said, it's funny because like Calcine's a myth of like a legend in the arena. Rigby's a legend at the Nomenclature Institute. Magvarus is a legend of the people. Webb is a aforementioned afterthought. He's well known at the bakery.
Oh yeah, I'm going to introduce
and the Red
Rigby
Sox.
to what was his name?
I got the rewards card, so I get a free eclair after every 10th purchase.
So true. So true. Stupid eclairs. Delicious.
Yeah, I'm going to introduce Rigby to the kid that helped me find the book and the key.
Oh,
Let him know, like, here's the young man that helped you find the book and the key that gave us our teleportation path. He wanted to meet you.
what was his name?
Seth, maybe?
Huh?
Scott.
Maybe Seth? Scott.
Scott. What was the boy's name? Oh, it was Junior. I got that mixed up. My bad. Junior's the son. Scott is the Nomenclature Institute kid. Okay. Yeah. So I messed those up. My bad. Absolutely. So you introduce them together, and Scott is like, how do you do it, Master Rigby? I just copy texts over, and I don't feel like I remember anything I put over. It's just writing to me. But like, it seems like you're a master wizard, and you don't look that old.
Well, you're human, correct?
So they say.
Some say that gnomes have a natural advantage when it comes to learning magic. Plus, I've been around for many more decades than you, so don't feel bad. I have a bit of a head start.
All right. Well, I definitely I would love to maybe buy you lunch sometime, and you can just maybe teach me a couple of spells, something, or show me some tricks of the trade. I feel like I've been here for years, which I have. I've been raised here, but I haven't really learned any actual magic. They just have me copying from one text to another, next one over. Like, this text is really old. Put it in this new binding. Like all that stuff. And I got really good at leather working and working with parchment and ink and scribing stuff. My handwriting is really steady, and I can't even cast easy, simple spells because they don't even allow us access.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've been wanting to make 2 or 3 copies of my spell book, just in case something should happen to the master copy. I can't leave it with you because I'll need to bring it on my travels. But next time I'm here at the Institute, perhaps you could assist me with crafting a few new volumes to copy my spells into for safekeeping, and then I might teach you a few things along the way.
Oh man, that would just be fantastic. I would love that opportunity. Let me know when you're back. I don't really leave here much.
And I come here every chance I get, so I'm sure our paths will cross again.
All right, well, you're the best, man. Thank you so much, Master Webb. Nothing, Master Winterthorn. Nothing has been more fulfilling than today's work. I haven't had any light in my life for so long. This is just super great.
Why is he thinking Webb?
Oh, I'm Webb. That's Rigby there. The Master Rigby.
Well, you introduced me, so you helped bring the light about. I'm.
Magvarus did.
Oh gosh, well, Magvarus did. Thank you, Magvarus.
No problem.
He's the light. Sorry, you just. What is your name again?
Oh, my name's Webb. I'm the Churro Wizard.
The Churro Champion of the Churro Eating Contest.
Yep.
That's right. Hot 8 Ball says Webb is a well-known churro eater, which he's correct. All right, I think that's about enough of that shenanigans. We've had a lot of shenanigans tonight for some reason. I don't know what the problem is, but here we are anyway. So the next morning comes, everybody stays wherever they plan on staying, and then you guys are you're gonna just meet here. You want to meet in the Enchanter's office to cast a spell?
Sure.
Instead of don't want to draw a teleportation circle on the cobblestones of the of the city, that sounds good. So yeah, you go, you start to do your stuff, and it takes, what does it take, 10 minutes?
It takes 1 minute to cast teleportation circle.
Setup and everything? That seems short, but okay.
Basically, you just draw a circle on the ground in chalk, and then you go.
Well, and there's probably runes and stuff, or like stuff you have to fill in.
The sigil sequence.
Yeah. Sequence of sigils. Okay, cool. So you cast the spell, and then people start going through it, and you appear. What's that?
We're going to the Prowling Jungle first, right?
Right.
Okay.
You guys, anything before you step through?
I'm going to cast resistance on myself.
I'm going to eat a donut hole.
Okay. You got a bunch of them.
Everybody has to go in before me, by the way. I have to be the last one through.
I'm going to make sure that my axe is in my hand.
Okay, axe out, resistance cast. Sounds pretty good so far. So you guys do appear next to a giant oak tree that has kind of like smoothed out surface, and the etchings of the teleportation circle itself blacken the ground where you appear, firing away the surface above. The first time chat from Adage, they're happy about our churro champion. So you're getting a lot of chat room conversation going on about the churro champion. In which case, we may have a churro champion contest. Maybe next time we come back to Summerside, we can see if you can maintain the title.
We all know what the people want. They want more churros.
It just depends on what toppings. But yeah, so you. As you guys get there, the sigil or the arcane markings of the spell burn the ground away to show off a weathered over stone ground in which the permanent teleportation circle had been held for countless time. It does not appear like this Prowling Jungle circle has been used in some time because it's overgrown, and when you guys cast it and come through, the ground is literally smoking from the casting and the burning of the powerful teleportation magic that brings you to this Prowling Jungle. And
Does Webb know where this is?
It's right here. You're in the Prowling Jungle.
Like in relation to.
Oh, you probably would. Give me a nature check, because that's your bag. At disadvantage since you're no longer a ranger and you force.
Yeah, but I'm from here. So.
Yeah, but you lost a lot of memories in the transition.
This is my home.
You've been gone a long time.
Let's see. What would that be? You said
nature.
Nature.
And everything's on fire, so it makes it hard.
12.
Okay, so you're pretty sure it's somewhere along the western edge, but you're not 100%.
Okay.
Here's the thing. So the southern edge of the forest is on fire, and amidst the fire, you see 3 of these giant fucking lizard things. Basically, 20 feet long, ground lizards with scales that erupt lava and fire from beneath them, and you see that fire in their throat as well. Quite a few of them. You see at least 3. That is not the scariest part. It is definitely not ideal. You're not something you're super happy with seeing. But I would say that the scarier thing that you see, let me bring it up here, sorry, is pushing them onward is a maybe 25 or 30 foot tall black stone maybe figure covered in the fire itself, but it looks like he's pulling the burning timbers into him to help formulate his body or do something along those lines, and he is forcing these lizards forward to burn more of the ground, and that is what you'll see initially upon leaving the circle. You guys are going to be right in the mix of it, and we will start next week with combat against these 3 lizards, him and a few other creatures that you haven't seen yet. Hopefully the image helps with what you see.
Did you draw that?
No, it's AI generated.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the AI stuff is really super nice for visualization purposes, etc. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're probably going to end because I don't want to we're not going to start in a giant combat with just the 4 of you 9 minutes before the end of the campaign for the night, or the stream for the night. So that's where we are.
Hey, I forgot to mention this, but I did bring my skeletons with me as well.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
So we've got a bunch of skeletons and a bunch of fire lizards and a giant fire dude, and there'll be some more for you here soon.
So something tells me fireball is not going to be
probably not a good spell of choice.
Yeah. Well, like it usually
They
is.
might be weak to fire. It's possible.
They're only getting stronger.
We just fed them fire for breakfast.
Hey, no, Dane once threw a fire dragon at us that wasn't resistant to fire at all. He was sitting in a giant pit of lava. He rose up out of the lava and started attacking us, but he was actually he was immune to lightning, but still took damage from fire. It was like, oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, that lava lightning can really get you.
I don't remember that. I will neither confirm nor deny the allegations. I've done plenty of things that are crazy over time. I'm sure that was one of them. Who knows? But yeah, so good game, guys. I think you guys did pretty good. Not enough to level, but enough to...
To level, we haven't killed anything.
I know. Well, you don't always have to kill stuff to level.
Role-playing is experience, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
We did great.
Role-playing is my favorite.
You healed some old man.
I did. Healed him really
And
good.
And
stole
you
his
stole his dog.
Didn't steal anything. The dog followed me.
Waggles did come with you guys.
Waggles has a mind of his own.
He does, and he 100% stole half of Webb's churro stash. As soon as, because Webb's pretty little, and Waggles has got a snout for churros. So half of your supply is gone. So you better make quick work of this area.
Well, not my donut holes. He might have got some churros.
Yeah, no, you got the churros. There's still some donut holes left in your off sack. I'm trying to be the donut hole champion next.
That's the emergency stash.
You got it. You got it. Well, thank you guys for playing this week. Thank everybody for watching and commenting and chatting. And don't forget, I'd love to see some tomatoes thrown, some stickers slapped. Hit that Prime subscription. It's free. Donate to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital if you got $5 or 20 or 1,000 or whatever. 500 is the goal currently. And I'll catch some of you on Wednesday for Case of the Wednesdays. Otherwise, I'll see you four, and hopefully the other two as well, next Sunday for Streamlined. Good night.